All right, Shalom. Call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Shalom to you fellow laborers out there doing the work in truth and in sincerity, especially during these times. And I truly mean that. I want to say shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. A hearty shalom to you other laborers and you believers that are scattered abroad, even if you're among the heathen and they're like the heathen who are speckled bird Israelites, to the whole household of faith. I want to say shalom, which is the elect. Now, I might just entitle this video, It's Official. Troops preparing for flood. What you're seeing on my screen is the National Guard have arrived in Chicago, and this is officially troops being prepared to come in like a flood, like it speaks about in the book of Isaiah 59. I'm going to get it real quick. Isaiah 59, verse 19, it says, "So shall they fear the name of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which the sun rises in the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, shall lift up a standard against him." So the enemy, which is Esau, Edom, the so-called or self-proclaimed white man, beginning with Amalek, all right, the Amalekites, the thimble hats, they're preparing, all right, the troops to come in to, the tents of Jacob, or Jacob's dwelling, and basically just outright just war against you. And we've been telling you about Jacob's time of trouble, from the apostles on down, And it's getting ready to get bad out here. It's getting ready to get real ugly. The gloves are coming off, as you can see. And also, it's a setup, too, for, the elite's agenda, which is the NWO, man. So these things are happening, man. Like as far as the prophecies, hey, the prophecies are happening, like, and speaking louder than ever before, man. And to all you believers, all right, and worshipers of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, that's been blessed with the eye salve to see what's going on. We've truly been blessed to have the insight of what's to come and what's happening, okay? And we know that the Lord's going to ultimately lift up that standard against the enemy, which that standard is the Lord's going to give his men spiritual power. And, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai ain't going to just leave us out there naked, No, you're going to have some martyrs. No, you're going to have some that's beheaded, all right, for a witness against them, all right? Which a martyr is someone that dies for their beliefs, okay? Yeah, you're going to have some that's going to be beheaded for your beliefs. That's just what it is, man. But we at the, I can't say the threshold. I mean, we at the door, all right? The door is basically cracked open to all hell breaking loose, man. Okay? These troops are just set up in place to try and control and delete the people. Okay, so let's play this clip. Fair use, fair use. Of course, my videos are not monetized, only for commentary and literary purposes. So with that, fair use.
I'm national correspondent Kayla Gaskins in Washington. FBI Director Kash Patel visiting Chicago Tuesday as National Guard troops arrive to crack down on crime in the city. Hundreds of National Guard troops arriving in Chicago Tuesday, sent by President Trump to crack down on crime.
Chicago's a great city where there's a lot of crime. And if the governor can't do the job, we'll do the job.
The troops arriving despite strong objections from local and state leaders who...
And keep in mind, too, you got a lot of professional paid actors, all right, that's inciting things, because what's going on over there is the ICE raids and different things like that. But crime has been down about 25-30%. So like it's not even, that's a significant drop, by the way. But also, that's a tactic they're using to, justify them coming into your community as far as your tribe, man. Is you got Jake out there doing wild shit? Absolutely, but not nowhere near the level, all right, that Esau says it. That's just him slandering Jacob, But all in all, these things are prophesied to happen, all right, as it is written, all right, that it's the time of Jacob's trouble, okay? And it's going to get way worse out here. This is just the beginning of sorrows, man, okay? And they got an Elamite, Kash Patel. He's the FBI director or chief director. Elam, so another heathen right along with Esau is set up to persecute your tribes, man. Under the orders of the elites that's being pushed through Donald Trump. Which, again, that's him being that cruel Lord. I'm going to get it real quick. Excuse me. Isaiah chapter 19, I'm going right to the point. Isaiah 19:4, it says, "And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah hosts." So there you go, man. The cruel Lord has to be this guy Nero Trump, man. Okay? Hey, he came in office and he got straight to it. The elites got him on a mission, and that's directly to war with you tribes, man. I mean, what you're not seeing, man. Okay? And these troops are going to, first of all, a troop or a soldier is set up to what? That's a men of war that's set up and trained to kill, man. They don't have to, when the military is out, there's no diplomatic relations or diplomatic talk. It's wartime. So when you see these troops out here, just know that they're there for a reason. They're not there to shake hands and give out lollipops. Let's play some more.
Who tried to block their arrival in court.
Donald Trump is using our service members as political props and as pawns in his illegal effort to militarize our nation's cities.
But a judge allowed it to move.
Militarize. Okay? Militarize. Why? It's because he wants war, man. I mean, there's no other way around it. Let me get the Apocrypha real quick. Let's see here. Second Esdras, chapter 15. And I started 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe means destruction. For the sword and their destruction, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. All right? And that's what's coming, man. Hey, the troops, they're carrying swords. Why? Because a sword is an instrument that's made to bring forth death, man. So whether you have a knife, gun, rockets, missiles, that's all forms of a sword, man. Okay? No one's fighting with ancient swords no more like you see in movies. No, the modern day sword is a gun, owned up to the missiles. Okay? For the sword and their destruction, and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And you get ready to see that, man. Okay, even with the lower level Edomites that's going against their government, they're gonna be in the middle of that too. They're lumping everyone in the same boat as far as being on the left. You tribes, Antifa, radical groups, and things like that, whom they deem radical extremists, being lumped into the whole category of domestic terrorism, man. Okay? And what it's going to do is cause a civil unrest, man. A civil unrest, Civil war. Excuse me. As far as Esau especially, is realizing that they don't have no constitutional rights, man. And so what do you think they're going to do? They're going to bug out and lose it. Because why? They're going to realize that their government gave them the cold shoulder. All right? The cold shoulder is basically a FU. Okay? Well, it's a shutdown right now, and they talking about the veterans not even getting paid, the soldiers, But anyways, verse 16 says, "For there should be sedition among men, and invading one another." Now we know that sedition means what? When you look it up, right? The word sedition. The word sedition. Okay. Sedition, it says rebellion, uprising, revolt, factitious commotion in the state. Right. And, that's what's brewing. Okay. That's what's brewing. You got literal people that's rising up against their government because of basically everything involved, not having a job or adequate living. Everything, constitutional rights being violated, not being able to feed their families. You name it, man. Everything, man. So the pressure from above and below is happening. All right, they're orchestrating this chaos and causing people to really act in desperation, and what's going to lead to what? A violent civil war, man. A lot of these MAGA supporters, they've been crying out because why? They realize that shit don't mean anything. I watched a MAGA supporter. He's a well-known country artist, and he made a song against ICE. All right, President Trump's policies with ICE, and they all in uproar about him. Even Edomites are uproar about that because you got some support him and then you got some don't, and it's all due to, of course, racism, which racism ain't a bad thing. It's just Esau, he acts upon his racism by using violence. Okay. Why do you think the troops are out there? It says that what he weighed. Let me get this real quick. The book of Psalms 58 and 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness. Matter of fact, let's let me just read the NLT, the New Living Translation. Psalms 58 and 2 on the NLT. No, you plot injustice in your hearts, which is the mind. Okay. You spread violence throughout the land. See? You spread. Who's spreading the violence right now throughout the land? It's not the elites by way of Donald Trump, because he's just a puppet leader. He's a puppet leader. He's, set up to do the bidding of the elites, Nero had hatred in his heart for, Jake, so it's befitting that he have that same hatred, all right, during this time. Okay, verse 3. It says, these wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. See? They spit venom like deadly snakes. They are like cobras that refuse to listen. And that's even with their words, man. Psalm 64 going to that. They bitter words like swords, roughly paraphrasing. Yeah, because why? They saying Jacob's the face of crime. And that's the justification, That's the justification for them going into the inner cities. Okay? You heard what he said? They can't control crime. We said that we will. At the Pharaoh level. By way of using what? The soldiers, the troops. Okay? So back in 2 Ezra 15, in verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You get ready to see that, man. All right, these troops gonna set up posts. They're gonna hold posts, and they're gonna cut off the cities, man. All right, and they're gonna get to the point where they're gonna just start deleting people, man. This is why we need Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to come back and redeem us, man. Because these days are getting ready to get so evil and so wicked. Well, Daniel 12. So it gets so bad out here, right? That Daniel prophesied that the archangel Michael is going to have to stand up for us, man. All right, this says the time of the end. We're at the end. We at the end of Esau's rulership or age, man. Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. See, who are the children of thy people? The Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. And there shall be a time of trouble, which is Jeremiah 30, Jacob's time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time, thy people shall be delivered, which is the elect. Because you can't basically do what you want with the Lord's elect, man. So the Lord gonna allow the 2/3 in this land to die, okay? But the Lord has a remnant, okay, that's gonna come out of this land as well. That's a part of the elect. It's gonna have that tawah, that exemption from judgment. And literally we're gonna go through the fire, man. Being beamed up on chariots, man. That's how the elect, all right, and the rest of 1/3 are gonna be delivered by way of the chariots, the so-called UFOs, man. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. See? So it's gonna get bad where the archangel Michael got to stand up, man. All right, and fight on our behalf. And every morning I get up, go to work, and I see the chariots. It's one that's just always massive, flickering and disappear at times and come back and things like that. And I'm like, man, this is the spirit, man. It's like, man, I can't say who it is, but I know it's angels. It could be, who my mind, I keep inside who I think it is, but I don't know, so I can't say. I'm not going to say, but I do know that there's chariots all around. The angels are all around. I do know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to protect us. It says, as birds flying, all right, so shall he defend Jerusalem. And we talking about a fleet of chariots going to come and deliver us, man. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait because we need to be delivered from our enemies, man, as the scriptures tell us. And you're seeing why, right? Now, it's another video I want to play too. I want to say fairies again. This is the video right here. I want to click on it.
Imagine waking up and there's a helicopter on your roof, a Black Hawk. I know you guys have seen this footage because it's getting crazy. My hometown is...
And that's literal, man. Literal. A Black Hawk on your fucking roof. A Black Hawk is used for fucking war over in so-called Middle East. Excuse me. Transporting soldiers and military personnel. And you don't see that shit in the cities, man. But again, he said, what? He's going to practice using the military. All right, well, the military. And he said, and Trump said he's going to use the military. All right, in the inner cities to practice for major war. So basically, he's going to practice on you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American people, man. This is practice, right? Like Irish said, we talking about practice. He literally said that out of his own mouth, man. There's no UN Security Council about America getting ready to commit mass genocide, basically, on its citizens, which happen to be us Israelites. You know. But let's play it, okay? Let's hear fair use, fair use. This is the comedian Godfrey. All right. Again, my videos are not monetized, only for fair use purposes, no literary and commentary purposes. So with that, fair use, fair use.
Imagine waking up and there's a helicopter on your roof, a Black Hawk. I know you guys have seen this footage because it's getting crazy. My hometown is Chicago. Trump has sent out like armed forces to go to, and I really believe this, specifically black neighborhoods, to snatch people up. A Black Hawk helicopter landed on one of the buildings in Chicago in a black neighborhood and just started snatching black children, putting ties on their hands. I mean, it was pathetic and disgusting and racist as, you know, and
Look at that. Look at that. Just started, not just to let, see what we always say, Israel get it first and Judah get it the worst. I mean, it's happening. It's literally happening, and this is something we've been forewarning you about.
crazy, man. So when he said there's an enemy within, he's talking about black folks. It's usually code word for black.
I noticed the video he got, right? It says ICE raids. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
ICE raids seemingly began to target black citizens, Judah, following overnight arrests in Chicago's South Side neighborhood. Wow. See? Jake can't see it though. You know, but this is gonna rouse up Jake though. It's a good thing. Because the scriptures say this in the book of Genesis 49. Let's get that real quick, right? Because ultimately, there's going to be an uprising of Judah. Okay, Genesis 49 and verse 9, it says, Judah is a lion's whelp, from the prey, my son, thou art going up. He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? See? And this could be very well the tool that Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua used to rouse up Judah, because in some of these ICE raids in Chicago, you got Judah standing up for the Latin tribes. See? And so you Latin tribes, man, we've been telling you, man, that those are our brothers of the Southern Kingdom, man. Which we're becoming one kingdom, right? Ezekiel 37. But see, it starts with the elect, though, man, because the ones in the world, they be on bullshit still. You can't see through the same people, all the shit happening to you. He ain't just fucking with the Latin tribes, he fucking with the Southern Kingdom Israelites as well. Even fucking Gad, going on the fucking reservation, snatching Gad out the reservation, deporting them. So shit is happening, man. But again, this could be what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua used to rile up Judah. And once Judah is riled up, well, the scripture says this, right? Let's go to back to the book of Isaiah 19. Because this nigga Trump, man, he's an Assyrian too. Oh, Assyrian, the rod of my anger. That's that nigga too. You know? Let me see here. Did I pass it? It's like, let me go up, let me scroll down a little bit more. Oh, here we go. Isaiah 19 and verse 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that make it mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he had determined against it. See? So Judah's going to end up round the fuck up because the Lord going to round Jacob. And then the tribes uniting. You know? Because when you look at what's going on, like I've seen videos with, and you know, I don't really be on TikTok, but you know, I've seen videos, man, of you know, elders videos and brothers videos that showing the clips, man. Judah speaking up for the Latin tribes, man. And it's gonna be some problems, man. You know? Hey, hey, man. Israel is tired, man. Hey, the Israelites have been worn out. We were worn the fuck out, man. The ones in the world, the ones of us that labor for Yahweh Shema Shai, the ones of us that's in this truth. We know and understand why we're worn out. See, the ones in the world don't know. Excuse me. They're gonna act off, pure just, not giving a fuck anymore. That's what they pushed them to, man. And when you're back against the wall, what you gonna do, right? So let's see here. Play a little more.
Get rid of black people, which I don't believe is going to happen without a fight, because this ain't the 1920s, this ain't the 1930s, this ain't the 1800s.
And
black people are awake.
Absolutely ain't going to happen without a fight, because the Lord will rouse up Judah. It says, who shall rouse them up? Hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai going to rouse up Judah, the so-called Negro, the so-called African American that's in America. The so-called blacks right here in America. The head tribe is going to rouse up, man.
Now, but also he's trying to stop Indian people from coming in, visas wise. They're trying to do it in Canada.
Yes, it on there. They ain't fucking Elamites, man. I don't give a fuck about Elam. Okay? But yeah, man, there you go, man. That's what's going on, Second Ezra 15 and 16. For there should be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, and that's your your politicians, man. Nobody gonna regard them. Who the fuck gonna care about what a politician's saying about whatever law and order? And you all hell broke loose. You got nowhere to feed your kids. You fucking starving. What you gonna do? Okay, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Because the troops, man. The troops. Okay? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. And we watch the cities be in trouble right now. Like the troops are there for it. The troops is causing trouble, really. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay? So grown men gonna be afraid. Why? Well, Jeremiah 30 speaks about that. About the time of Jacob's trouble. Like Jeremiah said, what do you he said, wherefore do I see a man in travail like a woman? Meaning what? A man being scared and dealing with fear like a woman going to labor. Pale face, right? Meaning what? They're going to be looking astonished, man, at what's going on. Okay? Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. This is what's here, man. Tribulation is here, man. Whether you like it or not, it's here. Okay? Whether you like it or not, it's here. Okay? 2 Timothy 3:1. Note, it says, this know also. Now you notice the subheading says what? Difficult times will come. So it says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And we're looking at the perilous times down the barrel. Okay? We're looking at the perilous times down the fucking barrel, man. What Jake said, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Perilous, full of danger, risky, involving exposure to death. Well, yeah. You got a fucking M16 in your fucking face. It's you and your fucking family. So that's exposure to death. What do you think that M16 will do? It'll blow your fucking brains out. Okay? Excuse my expression. But a soldier ain't trying to hear that shit. They're men of war, man. Strictly. Involving exposure to death, destruction, or injury. See? So this is what's going on, man. Perilous times are here. Okay? And this is why the Lord set up the watchmen to warn you. The Lord said he set up watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, that shall never hold their peace day nor night. And you're not taking heed to the watchmen that's watching out for your soul, man. Watching out for your sake, man. Not just for our own sake, but hey, we watching out for evil too, but we watch out for our whole nation, man, our own people. Okay? Isaiah 62 and verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. And give him no rest till he establish until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth again. So, hey, man, we're not keeping silence, man. Talk all that shit for all this long time, and now you see it happening now, and yeah, it's gonna get worse and worse. Okay, and the scriptures say what? With great violence shall that great city, Babylon fall. All right, and what you're seeing is Proverbs 16:4 come to pass as well. The Lord created all things for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. And you don't see the day of evil is upon you? You so-called Negro, Latino, Native American people, you tribes? If you don't see that, man, that's fucking scary, man. You know, that's fucking scary, man. That's fucking scary, man. You don't see what's going on. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm going to close. I'm going to end it there. I want to say, Lord willing, you've been edified. You know, hey, he that have ears to hear, let him hear, man. We're here, man. We at the point of all things just fucking imploding. Okay, so stay strong out there, all you Akim and you few Akwaf that believe. You know, I want to say shalom to the elect, man. It's all about the elect. Okay? All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.